Yeah, just to piggyback on what you're saying, if they're even going to do that, they lay a big trap for themselves. Because the minute that they want to prove that hurricanes prove Earth based Coriolis, then the hovering drone, the helicopter, the aeroplane, the bullet, the footballs, all of it has to be also accounted for, and they're not. So
Actuality,
that's how you
these
know
people,
that the hurricane is a false proof for them. Because if it happens with a hurricane the way they want us to know, then it's got to happen with everything else I just said. But it doesn't happen with everything else I just said. So they can't use the hurricane argument anymore. They're just doublespeak, coward liars like Rumpus, who won't come on the show. And if he does, he's broken within 60 seconds by a flat earther, and he can't take it anymore. His ego won't let him.
that 10th man, they just keep doubling down. First, it was when they realized that airplanes and helicopters aren't going to work for Coriolis, they switched to bullets. Then when they realized that that doesn't work, now they've switched to hurricanes. But in actuality, like, these people only exist because we do. If Flat Earth never existed, Rumpus wouldn't exist. SciManDan wouldn't exist. We created these people, so they need to start giving us credit for that, because they would not exist if we didn't exist. And they actually make money off of using our material. So we do a lot for these guys.
Rumpus, I'm reading your last chat. Helicopters and airplanes don't move when they lift off, just like jumping up in a train, you come back down in the same place. Airplanes, etc., are guided and powered, winds are not. I could break that argument down in my sleep, you dingbat.
Brenda will say that the Rumpus is a natural phenomenon.
So I suppose Earth is a closed system now, just like a train?
No,
Is
that's
that
what he
you're
wants.
saying,
Hold
Rumpus?
on, I've got to stop you there. That's what he wants. Wants you to compare open and closed systems so we can then argue about that instead of Coriolis effect. So don't lose sight of what the argument is. He's saying it's like this example, we're arguing about Coriolis effect, and Earth needs Coriolis deviation to prove it spins. So his analogy is a train. When you throw a ball, well, that's not a deviation. You don't understand what Coriolis effect is. You're like SciManDan, you stupid retard, Rumpus. An example with a train not showing deviation isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about Coriolis effect, you stupid dick. Now, the train's not giving you a deviation, and that's precisely what you need when you're talking about Coriolis effect. So let's not talk about planes not giving you deviations, and trains not giving you deviations when you're inside them. We're talking about Earth rotating underneath, Coriolis deviation. As claimed by Neil deGrasse Tyson, the ball gets kicked and the Earth rotates underneath. So when you're talking about a ball deflecting, or seeming to deflect as you observe it from the non-inertial spinning reference frame claimed to be Earth, that's Coriolis effect. Now, when you throw up a ball in a train, that's not Coriolis effect, you stupid idiot. Don't you understand the subject we're talking about? It seems
a train is not
hold on 1 second. I'm not
Earth.
done berating Rumpus.
Because a train is a
I'm not
closed
done
system.
berating Rumpus, Babs. It seems you're stupid, Rumpus. As stupid as SciManDan. If you want to talk here about Coriolis effect, you need to understand what Coriolis effect is. And it's a deviation. A deviation from a non-inertial reference frame. A not actual deviation, an apparent deviation, a looking like it's deviating when it isn't, because you've got a rotating frame underneath. That example is not given to you by a ball returning to your hand, because that's not deviating, you stupid little man. You're as stupid as SciManDan, who also clearly doesn't understand the argument here that's attempting to prove Earth spins. Deviation is what you require. So your example on a train not giving you deviation, like an example on a trampoline with boards stopping the air movement when towed by a tractor, a not deviation isn't going to give you proof Earth spins. So why on earth would Rumpus be here detailing examples when we're arguing about Coriolis effect that don't give you deviation? Well, because he's going to justify why Earth doesn't give you Coriolis effect with his little train example with a ball not deviating. Understand this. Take this as an education in Coriolis effect, Rumpus, you stupid little man. You need deviation in your examples, and your train doesn't give you that. Clearly, you are so stupid that you don't actually understand what Coriolis effect is. It's an apparent deviation, not a lack of deviation like your example throwing up a ball in a train. That's not Coriolis effect, you stupid man. We're talking about the claim Earth spins. That's what we're debating here. You, with your off-in-the-weeds examples that don't give you deviation, have absolutely nothing to do with the claim that Earth spins. You need deviation, not a lack thereof. Try to get with the program. We understand what reference frames are here. And when you've got a train with a ball returning to your hand, you've only got one reference frame. Coriolis effect needs two. It seems these fundies, like SciManDan and Thicko Rumpus, don't understand what Coriolis effect is and don't understand what reference frames are. You need two of them to prove Earth spins. It's as simple as that. Giving us endless examples with only one reference frame clearly demonstrates that you don't understand reference frames or Coriolis deviation because you keep giving us examples that don't have it. So get with the program, Rumpus. You need to show examples with deviation to prove Earth spins, not justify why you don't have deviation with single reference frame examples like a train, because that ball's not deviating when it returns to your hand, and you need it to prove Earth spins with two reference frames. You complete idiot. You and SciManDan are two for a pair, both completely stupid. Deviation is the name of the game if you're trying to prove Earth spins, not showing us why it doesn't. You understand it, thickos?
No.
And Rumpus, a train is moving in rectilinear motion, which is not analogous to Earth because Earth is rotating and that train isn't rotating. So using that as an example is flawed as well.
He's using the same argument he used years ago. It's just rinse and repeat. Inside a train, damn near a closed system. You don't live in a closed system, you moron. You live on your paradigm fairy tale Earth. Open system. Number two, shameless plug time. At 2 p.m. U.S. Central on the Quantum Eraser channel, it's Robert Bassano and I from a hangout a few years ago. And Thursday, Robert Bassano. And then next Tuesday, live, Robert Bassano interview on the Quantum Eraser channel. Be here, be sphere.
Why doesn't Rumpus just explain to us what Earth-based Coriolis effect would look like for SciManDan?
Well,
and then let them come in and defend that position.
Why are you asking
why
Rumpus?
are you even asking him questions?
Yeah, good point, QE. Why would you ask this man? He's just... While we're detailing Coriolis and arguing about it on the show, he's in the chat talking about single reference frames and balls returning to your hand. A lack of deviation. So he doesn't understand Coriolis effect. There's no point asking Rumpus anything. He doesn't understand the constituent parts of Coriolis effect, two reference frames. These people who accuse us of not understanding reference frames are simply projecting their own ineptitude onto us. He doesn't understand what is needed to prove Earth spins. Can you pop yourself on mute, Paul? Two reference frames, not a train showing you a lack of deviation, you complete moron. And I will say it again. Rumpus is as stupid as SciManDan to give us an example that doesn't show deviation when Coriolis effect is an apparent deviation caused from a non-inertial spinning reference frame rotating underneath an inertial one, giving you an apparent deviation. So all these crappy examples like trampolines and balls being thrown up and down in closed trains with single reference frames being claimed to be demonstrated doesn't give you Earth spin proof. It's just a simple ham-handed justification why we don't have proof Earth spins, because we don't see things deviating. So that's what they'll argue. Look, here's something that doesn't deviate, because they don't understand Coriolis. They're stupid. SciManDan being the first example of stupidity, and then Rumpus now backing that stupidity to the hilt, showing us single reference frames. Don't you understand reference frames in Coriolis effect, Rumpus? You need two of them, you stupid idiot. Just dumb. Beyond dumb. If you want to talk about single reference frames examples, Dumbo, you clearly don't understand Coriolis effect, do you? It seems you are stupid. That's why you're here, to demonstrate over and over again just how stupid you are, giving us single frame examples of Coriolis that needs two frames of reference. Maybe you'd like to tell me I don't understand frames of reference, Rumpus, while you demonstrate how you don't have deviation, the very thing you need to prove Earth spins. You complete idiot. With that, I'll say if you're watching this on Nathan Oakley premiering stream, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. Unfortunately, if you're watching this live on Nathan Oakley 1980, then this is where we bid you farewell. A huge, massive, enormous thank you to all of you. Smashed the super chat, liked, commented, shared, subscribed, and all that good stuff. Be sure to check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. As I say, stay tuned if you are watching on Nathan Oakley premiering stream. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!